I'm the last person you'd expect to see in social housing. I really suffered for a long time, and it's been a really long, hard road to get back.
54-year-old Mike Smith was once a high flyer who travelled the world.
I owned a property on an island in the Whitsundays. I owned a house on 7 acres in central Victoria, an apartment in Melbourne, 2 sports cars and a share portfolio, and was earning between $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a week.
He had a successful career, once an advisor to a federal minister. But debts racked up from drug and alcohol addiction. It cost him his job, and soon he had nothing left.
There I was with the employment minister in the Howard government launching the job network. And then years later, there I was lining up in the queue at Centrelink. And I felt so ashamed, I felt like a failure.
Healthy once again, Mike's been given a second chance after moving into this subsidised community housing.
For the first time, it felt like somebody or something believed in me, that I was worth another go.
Before the COVID-19 recession, there were 200,000 people already waiting for social housing, either provided by the government or community organisations. That figure is only expected to rise.
We see a growing demand for people requiring affordable or social housing throughout this next stage of the crisis.
There are now calls for the federal government to stimulate the economy through building more social housing to help slow a massive predicted drop-off in construction. Advocates for community housing say without that government investment, housing construction could fall by half.
That's a lot of jobs. That's a lot of people that won't be called to quote on doing the plumbing or the plastering or the carpentry of a new build house. And every new build house has about 43 trades and sub-trades that get gainful employment.
When you look at the whole multiplier effect of construction, it also means there's less investment in the marketplace, there's less retail items being purchased and so forth.
As part of its COVID economic response, the federal government has announced a $680 million program to give cash grants for new home builds or renovations, and it says new home sales have risen by 77% since June.
At the moment, of course, we're seeing the Home Builders Grant, which has some fairly strict eligibility requirements, which probably means it's not going to be as effective as some of the other policies we've seen in the past.
In a statement, the Housing Minister said although social housing is a state responsibility, the federal government is making significant investments in the sector. Industry analyst Tim Lawless says more can be done.
There is a demonstrated need to really start establishing more public housing in that sector. There's a demonstrated demand in that sector and an absolute underbuild or underservicing for those who are less advantaged.
My name is Marlene. I work at medical centre as a medical receptionist.
Hello. Baby.
But I don't earn enough money for me to go and rent a market property.
Single mum Marlene has just moved into this community housing subsidised unit in Sydney's west. She and her 14-year-old son previously shared a granny flat.
It was too small for me to raise a growing teenager. I'm so happy with this affordable housing. It's something that I couldn't believe. And when she gave me the keys, she said, "This is your apartment, this is your home." And I had tears in my eyes, to be honest, like I was crying, I couldn't believe it.
Advocates say the government has a chance now to not only help keep people in construction jobs, but provide for Australians who may soon find themselves homeless because of the COVID recession.
The house is the founding block of someone's life. If you have a house, you have the basis for stability.
I know where I'm going home. I know where I'm sleeping at night. I know where I'm going to be where I wake up in the morning. It feels like home. It feels like home.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.